Hello everybody, and welcome to Wounded Healer Tarot. My name is James, and I'll be doing your reading today. This is going to be a collective reading where we're going to take a look at your person and their energy towards you. Alright, so here we're just getting some overall energy, what do you need to know about this person? And I mean, the first thing to come out here, wedding rings. Union and marriage, soul connection, everlasting love, devotion. I don't know if you're with this person, or maybe you're in separation with somebody, and it's a soul, well, it's like a soulmate type of situation. Yep, healing heart. Oop. Healing heartbreak, toxicity or addiction, abusive relationship. Now I get a few things from this. Okay. I'm going to get one more card before I continue. One more card for what the collective needs to know about their person, so you give me two. Alright. Well, there's definitely some sort of addiction here, because at the bottom of the deck we have addiction. Codependent, obsession and restraint, possession and control, emotional block. Which makes a lot of sense because one of the other cards that just came out is old school. Which to me speaks to the emotional block, because on this card it speaks of outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. Like, I get that this person is having a very difficult time, not reaching out to you. And the next card that came out is cut down. Cutting out, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment. Alright, yeah, definitely. And that came out together with this old school card here, which to me is really speaking of like the separation here, where they're giving you the silent treatment, but even though they're not speaking to you, they may not have spoken to you in quite some time, you guys are not speaking, they are still replaying everything over in their head. Like, they're definitely having difficulty letting this go. They could be with somebody else, but they're thinking of you. And I feel like they were in a toxic relationship possibly previous to meeting you, and that is something that they were working on healing when they met you. And it's like they didn't expect to have these feelings for you, and I feel like meeting you was a sort of like wake-up call for them, And with wedding rings, I think this is speaking to, them realizing what they actually want, and that they want that with you. And honestly, it definitely could have taken this whole separation situation for them to realize that that is what they wanted. But I feel like this person is very old school in their ways. Alright, let me put those up there. Now we're going to take a look at your person's energy in a separate sense of, I'm going to be splitting it up into 3 different subjects. It's going to be what their feelings are towards you, what their intentions are towards you, and what action, if any, they will take towards you. And then after that, I will clarify. And then, what's it called? And then, that's why I didn't do videos in the day. Okay. And then I'm going to get some advice at the end of this reading. Alright, so we're going to take a look at what your person's current feelings are towards you. Now, the first card that came out is Temperance. So, I feel like that's speaking to a few things. I feel like they're possibly working on, healing themselves, healing, from that past abusive relationship or the many abusive relationships. Because if a person's been in an abusive relationship, it is more than likely that that is a pattern, and they have had many abusive relationships. It's not just that one, right? So with Temperance, I also get the vibe of them wanting to take it slow and heal things with you. Wanting to reconnect, but, because of the toxic abusive relationships, because of their possible addiction, which could be anything. Addictions can be something like codependency, right? Or like their obsessive thoughts, obsessive feelings towards a particular individual, and that could be a part of their old school mentality here. They could have been conditioned to be possessive, to feel like they need to be in control in their relationships, to be codependent, or to be in codependent connections. This is stuff that they could have seen growing up in their family dynamic. Alright, let's see. Whoa, okay, excuse you. Alright, so we have the Three of Cups and the Nine of Wands. I was going to just take 3, but this one flipped out and it was upside down. The Knight of Pentacles, which to me is very relative to that Temperance energy, where, they want to take it slow. Now with the Three of Cups and the Nine of Wands, I get the vibe that they want to, they may want to start out as friends, right? Start over, but start as friends and get to know each other in that sense. And, part of that is going out, having meals, talking over meals, food in general, going out in general can be significant to this connection. But, with the Nine of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles, that tells me that this person right there, with them wanting to take it slow, okay, they are not giving up. Okay, they could just leave this alone, but they don't want to. They feel the connection between the two of you. They recognize it. They may not have told you, but they do. You could have even possibly had a conversation more towards the end, and they didn't really. They just brushed it off. You could have mentioned, that, you feel that you guys are soulmates, and, you feel like this is different, this is special, and they could be like, yeah, okay, but, and then going into, why they're leaving or why they can't do this. But I feel like, they don't want to give up. Alright, they're planning a way forward here with that Knight of Pentacles. They're planning the path, and they're taking their time. Alright, now for what their current intentions are towards you. Alright, so we have the High Priestess. Interesting. Yeah, it's like how I was just telling you, right? Because this High Priestess, if you look in the middle there's a little lockbox that she's holding up over her heart. I feel like they're going to be coming in and confessing these feelings that they've been holding back here. And that to me is equivalent to this, on this addiction card here for the overall energy there, where it says obsession and restraint. They could very well be obsessing about you behind the scenes, not saying anything to you, and they're holding those feelings in. They're not telling you, they're not telling anybody else, right? They could be just holding that to themselves, and that's something that's going to cause a block. But with the High Priestess, I get the vibe that they intend to come forward and just spill it all. They're going to open up to you emotionally because they are also now starting to feel, or maybe not even starting to, they've probably honestly been feeling this pull towards you, this soul type connection. They could even be dreaming about you. And that's something that, like, to them is like a sign that this is different from other situations. Your connection is different. Their feelings towards you are genuine and real. They could have, they could have left with the assumption that this was like every other relationship where they would just be able to move on and, go with somebody else and not be affected. But here, they're definitely struggling. And I mean, with wedding rings, they could possibly be, in a connection. They could be married. Alright, let's see. Alright, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, with that, I definitely get that they're changing the way that they're doing things, right? And especially with that High Priestess, I feel like this is, in a sense, the start of a new cycle of karma, right? I feel like with this, they're starting over. They're doing things differently with you, or at least that is their intention here. All right, let's see. What is the collective's person's current intentions towards them? One more card, please. The collective's person's current intentions towards them. The Ace of Cups here almost flew out there from the back. I get this person's cup is definitely overflowing. Like they're getting ready to just come and spill all those feelings that they've been holding back. Yep, this makes sense. We have the Five of Pentacles. They don't intend to continue to operate out of this place of lack here. And that's a part of this new chapter that they want to start here. Not only as like a newer, better version of themselves, but, I feel like a lot of this is because of you. They want to have all of this with you, and I get the vibe that you've really changed them as a person throughout like your time together, and even more so in this time apart. You could very well be a very spiritual person, and they could maybe have like a different belief system, which is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But you could be enlightening them to, like, I would say like the legitimacy of spirituality, because in a lot of other circles, especially other religious circles, spirituality is mocked. But that could have been how they felt about you in the beginning. That could have been the way that their friends and family reacted when they told them about you, and how like you're more like spiritual. You're not so much like religious or anything like that. All right. Now we're going to take a look at what actions, if any, they will be taking towards you. Alright, let's see. We have the Seven of Pentacles, so that to me is giving me the vibe of them making room for you in their life. I feel like this whole thing has caused them to really take another look at their life, to take a deeper look at their life and figure out, who are people who are possibly, enabling them when it comes to an addiction. These could be people that they party with, people that they go out and drink with, or just, whenever they hang out, it's always drinking and gossiping and all that nonsense. It can be getting out of a particular living situation that is draining them financially, mentally, physically, spiritually. It could just be a very draining situation where they're having to do more or much more than the other person. And they may be in a toxic living situation, which could be with anybody, a friend, a parent. If they are with somebody and if they are married, they could very well be living with this person, and that can really, make these feelings that they're having towards you much more difficult to really deal with, because they can't talk to anybody about it, without being judged, and, without possibly blowing things up where they are. But also, there's just so much here. I feel like they're working on making the conditions of their life, I feel like they're doing more for themselves. They're, acting from a more selfish, but not selfish in like the narcissistic sense, where everything is about them and all about them, and that is it. They don't care about anybody else. It's more like they're doing what's good for them, what's beneficial to them, without, letting other people hold them back. I feel like, the both of you are very similar in that sense of the lives that you've lived, right? And I think, I think the both of you are going through a sort of awakening here, because here you're being asked to, follow your intuition, right? This reading is about your person's energy towards you, but I get the vibe here, with that High Priestess. I feel like the both of you are, being urged to follow your intuition. I feel like the universe is really sending you guys these signs and synchronicities here. Like, I feel like, you could be seeing things, hearing songs, watching movies that have like particular scenes that really like make you think of this person, or, are very similar to the situation you're going through with this person. And it's like they're letting you know that this person may be coming forward soon. They're letting you know, giving you hints onto what actually happened, what could actually be going on right now, because like they may have just kind of like suddenly left, and they really did not tell you much. But the next card that came out here is the Magician. So in the position of what actions are going to take towards you, I feel like that is very much like this Temperance card in their feelings. The Temperance is also a card of transmutation. And with the Magician, I get the vibe that, as they go through this Seven of Pentacles energy, and they're looking through everything and everybody in their life and figuring out, what they want and how to get it, they're realizing that, they already have everything that they need to have this successful connection with you. And I feel like, manifestation, they could very well also be manifesting you in the process of, making room for you. There could be like, because manifestation is so many things. Once you understand how to genuinely and properly manifest, it's like a duh moment, right? It's like, well, if I knew it was that easy, because it could be something as simple as, listening to a particular song on repeat that makes you think of them. If the two of you had like a song together, like that was symbolic in your connection, they could be listening. All it takes is listening to that song once and it making you think of them, and that will essentially energetically start pulling on them. And it's the same thing if they're listening to something, or if they were like watching a movie or a show that you guys used to watch together and it made them think of you, that would be pulling on you energetically. And a lot of people don't really understand that. They don't even know what like being pulled on energetically feels like, so they may mistake it for something else. Alright, so one more card for the collective's person. What actions, if any, they may take towards them. We have the 10 of freaking cups. Yes. So this is telling me not only is this person going to be opening up with their emotions and really, come on, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Cups. They're coming in with so much emotion. Like, there's so much here that they've been holding back, and one cup has been spilling into the other, and it just keeps going, and they cannot stop it. Like, they cannot help what they feel for you, and they don't want to hold it back anymore. Yeah, and as I say that, we had the 8 of Swords, like, this emotional block that they've had here, this obsession and holding back how they feel here, this restraint, that is so unnecessary, because under that, we have love, unconditional love, self-love and wholeness, affection and attraction, and selflessness. Like, this is the energy that this person is going to be coming into here with you. Like, when they have that realization, they start giving them self-love. They start understanding, what they need to do here, because that 7 of Pentacles there, to me, speaks of self-love. They're doing what they have to make themselves happy and bring you back into their lives. Excuse me. Yeah, a lot of people would say that this 7 of Swords, is like lying, cheating, stealing, but it can also speak to being strategic. So, with that being underneath the 8 of Swords and the Knight of Cups, that gives me the vibe of, they're getting out of their own way. They're not going to really let anything at this point hold them back from coming towards you. So at this point, it's only a matter of time. And with the 10 of Cups, they could really, this to me is really vibing with that wedding rings card. Like, honestly, with the Knight of Cups, 10 of Cups, and wedding rings, this person could be coming forward not only to, tell you how they feel, but there could honestly be a sort of possible proposal. And that could possibly be a part of what's taking all this time here, taking the time here to really properly make space for you in their life and make sure that there is nothing and nobody that will get in the way of you, which also speaks to this, what was I just had it in my head, which also speaks to this, my brain isn't working, okay. So, we're going to move on to further clarifying these cards, and then I'll get some advice for you, and that will be it. Alright, so let's clarify Temperance here. Tell me more about Temperance. Whoa, I was really only hoping for one, but I guess I'll take 2. And what do we have here? Yeah, you see the 9 of Swords. Yeah, I feel like a part of them taking their time is the fact that they're very anxious about this. Okay, they could really be giving it entirely too much thought, and that's keeping them up at night. And in a sense, because they can't focus on anything but that could be affecting their work here with the 5 of Pentacles. If they can't focus on what they need to focus on, especially when it comes to finances, they could be losing finances instead of gaining. And then we have the 10 of Wands and the 5 of Cups at the bottom of the deck there. Yeah, because they're really, with the 5 of Cups, feeling this loss with you. Or rather, this loss of you. And with the 10 of Wands, that's really piling on the stress. I get the vibe that, after they left, they really just sort of threw themselves into work so that they didn't have to think about this, or you. This person is definitely overwhelmed, and I feel like that's a part of, you know, the fact of why this is taking so long. Alright, so let's see about the Three of Cups. Tell me more about the Three of Cups, please. And we've got the Six of Wands. Yeah, you know, I feel like there honestly may even be some sort of like eventual celebration here where they recognize you, where they, you know, they really, not only have they let you know how they feel about you and how you've affected them, and not only will they open up to you, but, you know, they may plan on eventually, I mean, especially if this does end up as like them proposing, that Three of Cups to the Six of Wands could also be like an engagement party, or just like coming out and letting everybody know that you guys are now engaged, and they want to celebrate that. They want to celebrate having you back in their life. They want to celebrate, you know, having, like, it's in a sense like they're really just celebrating like how grateful they are to have you back. Alright, dogs, come on. Alright, so tell me more about this Nine of Wands. Yeah, the Eight of Swords. Yeah, because like I said, you know, this person has really been up in their head. They have not been able to let you go. They have not been able to let this situation go, regardless of whether they are with somebody or not. And I mean, that Nine of Wands tells me, you know, they don't want to let you go. They want to keep working on this. They're not giving up, which to me then speaks with this Eight of Swords of them getting out of their own way eventually, whether it is now or a month or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 from now. Like, they will in their own time come towards you and let you know everything. Alright, tell me more about the Knight of Pentacles, please. The Knight of Pentacles. What is this Knight of Pentacles about? Oh, so we have the Page of Cups. Yeah, I feel like this person is like, they're very in their head. They're very like afraid to come forward in a sense. And that's a part of what is taking so long and contributing to this Knight of Pentacles energy. But also, you know, with the Page of Cups, they know that they need to come forward with a legitimate apology. You know, it can't be just any apology. Like, this has to be real, this has to be genuine, and you have to feel it. They want to make it very clear that they know what they did and they are truly sorry. Alright, now for this High Priestess. Tell me more about this High Priestess, please. Ooh. Okay, Queen of Cups, also known for her intuition and emotional control here. Now, this person could have Cancer in their chart, whether it's in a significant placement or not. But with the Queen of Cups to the High Priestess, with their intentions, that to me just speaks even more so. The fact, you know, the Queen of Cups is very emotionally stable, she's very emotionally mature, and she also understands her emotions. She understands, you know, that, you know, there's a right place and a right time for certain things. Alright, now tell me more about the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune, please. If these dogs could chill, whatever's going on outside. Alright, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Yep, we got the Three of Wands. You know, it's like, once they really start experiencing this change in luck, this new cycle of karma, they're they know, especially with that high priestess right before this, they're a lot more connected to their intuition. So they, in this new cycle, they're going to know, right, when, what to look out for. They're going to know what they want to do. They're going to know what opportunities are really available to them. And it's like they'll be waiting for things, but it's not going to be like, that stagnant. Like, I'm not going to do anything and wait. It's going to be like, I'm still working on things, but I'm keeping an eye out for this particular opportunity because I know that it's coming, because of the work that I'm doing, because I'm connected to my intuition. Like, they have that deep soul feeling. And I feel like you've really helped them connect more to themselves in that sense. Sorry about that. My allergies have been wild today since the moment I woke up. It's really annoying. But I felt called to do different, different reading, because the last set of readings I was able to record 5 videos at first, and then the other 8, I recorded them. I didn't listen in between. I just straight shot within like 2 hours, recorded the 8 videos, and I listened to them afterwards, and there was some sort of audio issue that I couldn't figure out, so I had to delete them. I couldn't post them, but also that was a lot to re-record, so I think I'm just going to start over with this, and maybe this is what I'll do for the signs. If you guys can comment below, let me know, if this resonates, and if you'd like to see, this particular spread for the different signs. Alright, let's see. Tell me about this 5 of Pentacles, please. This 5 of Pentacles. Oh, hello. I think that's the Ace of Wands. Oh, nope, I lied. I don't know where I saw a flame. But we have the Hanged Man. Or here we have the Hanged Woman. But with the 5 of Pentacles, I feel like, this person no longer operating out of a place of lack really changes their perspective on the situation. I don't know if, finances might have been an issue at some point. They could have seen maybe you don't have as much as they did. Maybe that's something that people were really in their ear about. They could have thought that maybe, you might have been using this person for their money. But really, you genuinely had feelings for them. It was not about the money, it was not about the material, the things that they have, the things that they could do. It was just, this person, once their perspective changes here, they realize that these people were just talking nonsense. They were just making assumptions and trying to pass them off as facts about you. With that also being here in the position of their intentions, I feel like this person could also be coming forward to try to change your perception on the situation with them. So I feel like this may have been a bit of a messy ending. Alright, tell me more about this 7 of Pentacles, please. I'm sorry about the dogs. I have no idea what's going on outside, that they are currently barking endlessly. Oh, jeez, we got 3 here. Okay, so to clarify the 7 of Pentacles, we have the 2 of Cups, the 9 of Cups, come on, and the 10 of Cups. These are all cups here, man. The 2 of Cups to me, speaks to me about your soulmate connection. You know, they're realizing now that this is a lot deeper than like, oh, I just have a crush, or oh, you know, you're cute, let's hook up. Like, this is a lot deeper than that. Like, this, like, you guys could even be like, they could even be realizing that you guys have had past lives together. And then with this Nine of Cups, you know, this is speaking to them figuring out what truly makes them happy. This could be them becoming a lot more independent, because one of the things that we had out here on that addiction card was codependency. Now here, I feel like with this Nine of Cups, maybe they're not entirely not codependent anymore, but that's something that they're working on. You know, they're figuring out how, like, they're figuring out themselves, they're figuring out what they love, what is the kind of life that they would like to live, and what does that look like. And that's how they get here to this Ten of Cups, because that's them, you know, realizing that they want this life with you because you really fulfill them emotionally. But at the same time, with that Ten of Cups, to me that also speaks of a realization of, you know, just how fulfilled they can be with you. Like, how fulfilling a life with you could be, living together, being married, you know, the whole nine. Because also at the end of the deck here, I mean, at the bottom of the deck here, we have the World. So, you know, this is what's really this time in the Seven of Pentacles, as they're really evaluating things and really digging deep within themselves to figure out what they want and what they want their life to look like, with or without you. Like, this is a whole sort of fucking God. This is like, for them, this is a whole new world. This is a whole new change. This is, you know, the beginning of a whole new cycle for them, in the sense of being more independent, knowing themselves better, you know, doing things for themselves, not being a people pleaser anymore. Because I feel like that may have also been a major issue here in this connection. Alright, now please tell me more about the Magician. I'm really sorry about the dogs. Nobody else is here. Not that they would do anything if they were. There would honestly probably be people screaming in the background as well, so that would be even worse. Alright, let's see. Tell me more about the Magician, please. We have the Four of Swords. So, you know, this person, as they're taking this time to rest, to heal, to get their mind and their heart and everything else together, you know, that is, I feel like that is where they learn, that is where they understand, you know, how to move forward here. And not even just how to move forward here, but that they can move forward here. The ball is in their court. They have the power here to really manifest you back into their life, to manifest, you know, this connection here, and to honestly also heal it. They have the ability to heal this connection. But first, they needed to heal themselves. Alright, tell me more about this Ten of Cups, please. Tell me more about the Ten of Cups. Oh, we have the Knight of Swords and the Chariot that just kind of popped out back into the deck. Yeah, this person, they really want to come towards you, because we have that Knight of Cups at the bottom of the previous deck, and then we just had that Knight of Swords and the Chariot. You know, they really want to come forward here and have this success with you. Alright, this Ten of Cups. Please tell me more about this Ten of Cups. And now we have the Ten of Cups twice in this spread. There's honestly a lot of cups. The Three of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Page of Cups, the 2, the 9, the 10 of Cups, and then the other 10 of Cups, that Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Alright, let's see. Please tell me more about the 10 of Cups. Jeez. Okay. So there's a lot of passion here. I'll just start out with that. First, we have the Page of Swords. And then we have the Knight of Wands. And then we have the Page of Wands. So they definitely, like, with the Page of Swords, they've been stalking the hell out of your social media. I'll tell you that right now. They've been watching whatever you have. And if you don't have social media, then that message is not for you. With the Page of Swords and the Knight of Wands, that's giving me the vibe, you know, they're watching your social media. They are possibly even, you know, if you're posting like pictures of yourself, you know, that's really igniting their passions, inflaming their passions there. But also, you know, it's like with this Page of Swords, I feel like through their watching you over the social media, they're learning a lot of things about you, a lot of new things about you. And, you know, seeing how you handled the situation, how, you know, you didn't let this make you stagnant, you didn't let this hold you back and stop you from doing things, and that you actually were able to move on and move forward. You know, that you kept building you're doing very well for yourself right now. And I feel like that's sort of like making this person, like that's making them even more attracted to you. You know, because the Knight of Wands also, you know, is speaking to like passionate, fast movement towards somebody. So, I mean, to have that here with that, to clarify that Ten of Cups, like, we already know the feeling is there. Now it's also, like, the physical attraction, and, you know, they could be, like, you know, they could be someone who's pansexual, where, you know, they're more attracted to their personality than they are the physicality, and seeing all these changes in you, and seeing this new version of you, making them with that Page of Swords so much more curious about you, and then that Knight of Wands making you so much more attractive to them. You know, it doesn't even have to be a physical glow up. You know, you could be starting your own business, you can be a very creative person, and just whatever you're doing, keep doing it, because it's making it very difficult for them to not come forward, if that is what you want for them to come forward. Alright, and then with this Page of Wands here, you know, this to me is speaking of this new chapter, this new journey that they want to start with you. Alright, let's see what is on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, we have Judgment with the Five of Wands. And the King of Pentacles. Yeah, you know, I feel like other people were a very big factor in what happened here. Like I said earlier, there could have been people, you know, in this person's ear filling their head with nonsense about you, which is a bit ridiculous because they most certainly don't. Like, I feel like this person would know you a lot better than they would, so why would they listen to their opinions? You know, I feel like these would have to be people who are very significant in their lives and who really, like, people that they really look up to, people whose, like, you know, opinions they, you know, hold even higher than theirs, their own. So with the Judgment, the Five of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. Now, first off, the King of Pentacles is definitely your person. I get that they're, you know, they may not be like rich. They don't even have to be like well off, but they own their own business and they're doing very well for themselves in that business. They're, you know, that boss energy. And with the Five of Wands, those are the people here creating this conflict because of also how I kind of got earlier that people may have thought that you were with this person for their money, you know, when really I feel like it's the only way around. It's these other people in their life that were telling them things about you that wanted their money, which is a part of why you were a threat to them and they wanted to get rid of you. And with Judgment, I get the vibe of this person, they're now looking back on the situation and realizing, because it's like they're taking the blindfolds off. They're seeing people for who they are, for what they are, what they want from them. And that's honestly what's making it like so much easier here to come towards you and to really start to work on this connection. Alright, now I'm just going to get some advice from this Romance Angels deck, and then we will end it here. Alright. Some advice for the collective when it comes to this particular situation, please. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Yeah, I mean, well, for one thing, this person has made it abundantly clear that they are quite passionate when it comes to you. And I feel like, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Like, this person is going to be so glad once they have you back that honestly, like, they're not going to be able to contain their excitement. They could be yelling it from the rooftops. They could be going and telling everybody, making like social media announcements, like letting people know that you guys are together and nobody is going to change that. Alright. Some advice for the collective on this particular situation, please. Healing family issues. Yeah, I feel like that was very significant here, especially with that old school card speaking about, conditioning and outdated thinking. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Yeah, you both could have, had, your parents could have had, like, a toxic, codependent, relationship where they really didn't talk about things and they just let things fester and get worse. That's something that either one or the both of you could have picked up from your parents, and being the bystander to their relationship growing up. But I feel like those are things that the both of you are healing now, but the reason you're able to heal those things is because you're now seeing them for what they are, accepting them for what they are, and changing those behaviors that were conditioned, essentially, by being witness to that. Alright, one more card for advice for the collective in this particular situation, please. Oh, these dogs are gonna be the death of me. Children. Your love life is being affected by children. Now, either one of you, honestly, what I get here is that you could possibly be with, or this person could possibly be with somebody, who has a child or multiple children, and they could be like a sort of like step parent. That could also be something that is, making it difficult for them to end this situation. Because they could be thinking about, how's it going to affect the kids, how long, with how long they've possibly, you've possibly been with this other person. You guys have kind of, or rather they have, they could have, a blended family, or they could have gotten this other person pregnant, or whichever way this goes. One of them has gotten pregnant, and they now have a child together, so this could make things a little bit more difficult to really detach from. And at the bottom of the deck, we have playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Yeah, I get that the both of you could be very playful people, and that's something that is really going to help you guys to really reconnect in the beginning, instead of being closed off and having your walls up and being so cautious. I feel like here this is speaking to to open up a little bit, be playful, let this person know, I want this too. Just be you, be who you guys are together. I feel like together you guys are naturally playful. And then under that we have make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Yeah, to me, I feel like this is just a confirmation to follow your intuition, when this person comes in, and for this person to follow their intuition back to you. Now, lastly, underneath that, we have let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. Yeah, because, I feel like this person is, confiding in people, but I feel like, at this point, they're understanding who the right people are to confide in when it comes to this situation. And honestly, I feel like you're also, confiding in friends, confiding in family, people close to you that you trust, because also, they don't want their feelings to get out, but they're having so much difficulty holding them in. I feel like they're telling certain people that they consider genuine friends about their feelings towards you, and trying to get advice on what to do about the situation here. Alright, collective, well, these are the messages that I have for you today, and I do hope they serve you well. Be gentle with yourselves, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye now.